Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MMA Game. It's your boy, the notorious Cameron Roget, and today we're coming to you live from the studio to talk about not one, but two UFC Fight Nights. The first one we're going to talk about is Tuivasa against Tybura, and most recently, coming up this weekend, Ribas versus Namajunas. I think I said that right. But before we get into it, you already know I got to do the pleasure of introducing you to not only is he my right-hand man, or should I say my left-hand guy, not only is he the one, the only, the true United fan, Ryan Cariss, FA Cup semis. Yes, I know you're excited about that. Cariss, how you doing, bro?
Hey, Cameron Roget, the one, the only, the gunner, the Rasta Cam, my dude, my guy. What's up, my guy? How you doing today, brother?
You know, I am blessed.
Yes, we are blessed to be here in the studio to talk about UFC Fight Night, my love versus Thug Rose.
Yeah.
Namajunas.
Yeah.
We're back.
We are back.
Mm-hmm.
We are back.
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Apex getting a lot of love in this past 2 weeks.
It is, except for the fighters don't like the Apex, but it's getting a lot of love.
Yeah, the fights really have not been some barn burners. But it's all right. We're going to talk about a little bit of here, a little bit there. We're even going to announce some shit that just popped off that we want to get into. So I think without further ado, we're going to bring to you the MMA Game show. So first and foremost, we got to talk about this recent UFC Fight Night, Tuivasa against Tybura. We're going to start off in the prelims. Now, for those of you that have been staying with us and you're like, man, you guys have been fucking killing it. Yeah, we got back down to earth with some of these results. Now, it has not been going good for you boys.
No.
I mean, I think it's because of these Apex fights, maybe.
I think that's what it is. It's got to be a factor.
Killing on the pay-per-views because my, oh my, it has not been good.
We go undefeated on the pay-per-views, but then all of a sudden the Apex turns around and we go over. Like, what? That's a crazy turnaround. Like, crazy. All right, well, whatever.
Well, I do want to give a few shout-outs to the early prelims. In the early prelims, we had Jacqueline Amorim winning by round 1 submission.
Yeah.
She's good.
She is good.
She's good.
She is good.
She's cute.
She's very cute. That's why we like her. No, we like her because of her ground game. Like, she's good.
She's good. She's really good, real technical. A little sad, though, for our boy Ode.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was the bummer of the night for me. That one was the bummer of the night because I think those of you that know, we met Ode at the UFC Apex. He was literally sitting in front of us. We had a conversation with him throughout the entire night. We took pictures of the guy. We were talking about fights that were going on within the cage, and he was giving us a good little insight for some of these. So that's why we're pulling for our guy. And we did not know that he didn't have a really good ground game.
Yeah, bro. That sucked. It sucks seeing him go out like that.
Yeah, feels good. He's a very good jiu-jitsu guy. That's why he took it to the ground.
He's good, yeah. So I guess we'll see how Ode bounces back from that, hopefully sooner rather than later. And then after that, I do want to give a little bit of love to Mike Davis, dude. Did you see Mike Davis winning by submission in round 2?
Sure did. I sure did.
Good fighter.
That was a very good fighter. Very good.
Yeah.
Right.
I was because Nathan Levy, until I saw his walkout, then I remember who he was, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's pretty. Yeah. He's pretty not. I'm not gonna say he's so good, but he's like his strikings would stood out for me, and I was like, oh shit, he may be able to catch Mike, but Mike handled that like a fucking season.
And Mike's been off for 2 years. When I was out in 2022 was his last fight, so this was his comeback fight, and he said he was working on his ground game, and look exactly what he did. He got a great submission in round 2, I think it was.
It was. I'll go back on the card there. It was definitely round 2.
It was round 2. Nice. And what sucks about that, Levy was my pick from the hat, and I lost again.
Yeah, I lost my pick too. It's all good. It's all good. Not going good. This is my not going good face.
No, these 2 weeks.
It's all good because 300. I'm about to hit all of them.
Woo!
Anyways, and the main card. This one shocked me a little bit. Brian Barberena getting done in round 2 by submission by Gerald Meerschaert.
GM3.
And I must say, GM3. Yeah, he found a way to get it done, and it looked good doing it. He looked really, really good doing it.
I don't want to say he was embarrassed his last couple fights, but he lost his last couple fights, and he needed to come back and win a fight because if he didn't, he was probably exiting. Most likely. This could have been his exit fight, so it's good that he won, but obviously we wanted Bam Bam to get this one done, and Bam Bam just unfortunately didn't have the ground game.
Yeah, didn't have it. And then right after that, you had another submission victory, round
Yes, we
1,
did.
Macy Chiasen against Panine Kidzad.
Right.
That was cool. It was, you know what, Macy, I mean, Macy looks good.
She does. She didn't look like her. I didn't notice her face because of her blonde hair.
Different.
I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. She looked good, like striking, everything. Looked on point. So happy for her. Way to bounce back, get that victory. Awesome job.
Actually, that was my one win because that was the one person that I chose for. I was like, I want to kiss her. They're like, why? Because I know her name. That was about it.
And then after that, we had 2 split decisions. The first one came from Christian Rodriguez against Isaac Dulgarian.
Yeah, you gonna ask me? Or am I gonna ask you first?
Oh, you go ahead.
He's setting me up again. Okay. Christian Rodriguez did not win that fight. Sorry, I had it 2-1 the other way, and it was round 1 and round 2 was Sorry, I didn't say his last name. Dulgarian. Yeah, he had round 1 and round 2. How do you give Christian Rodriguez one of those rounds in round 1 and round 2 when Dulgarian completely dominated round 1 and round 2? He had 4 minutes of control time on the ground in round number 2, much less round number 1 where it was almost a 10-8 round. Yeah. In round number 1, and then all of a sudden it went the other way. So I don't know.
I had it Dulgarian's way.
See,
I had Dulgarian's way.
Thank you.
Little shocked when they announced that, but I mean, hey, I'm not a judge. It is what it is.
So was Christian Rodriguez though. You guys see his face a little bit like.
You guys got it wrong, not me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then the other one that went to split decision, which I thought was going to be a little bit more entertaining, Oven St. Preux against Kennedy Njoku.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, bro, but I was a little bit bored.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're big boys. I'm trying to see somebody get knocked the fuck out.
I'm trying to see you guys put yourself in danger and get knocked out.
Yeah, bro. Especially because the last fight went to split, and I was already upset because of the whole Dulgarian situation, and then this happened, and I was just like,
and the fact almost everything's been submission and on the ground, and that we get to this fight, and it's like, oh, these guys are going to stand up and they're going to throw, they're going to bang, they're going to hit each other hard. Yeah, no chance. Not so much. Not so
Did
much.
not happen.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right because the next fight after this, it got juicy. It got juicy because Brian Battle against Ange Lusa. Now, if you remember, I went with Lusa. Cariss went with Brian Battle. I think I'm going to fully jump on the Brian Battle train because Brian Battle, seen him on The Ultimate Fighter, watching him in this fight, he looked with a capital fucking A amazing.
He did.
Holy shit.
He looked bigger than Lusa. He looked stronger. He looked quicker.
Man.
He looked like he was not in danger at any point. He controlled the entire fight.
Dude. I mean.
I was whooping your ass.
He was whooping his ass, and I do think Ange was looking for a way out. Because, man, like, bro, he was getting pieced up left and right. And, by the way, Brian Battle, badass tattoo. I don't know if you're going Dragon Ball Z in there.
The one that's going around his arm right there?
Bro, that shit is dope.
That was clean.
Getting back to the fight. Look, do they run that back? I think they will run that back, and I think I would not mind running that back on this weekend's card.
That's what I'm saying.
Might as well do it.
Who cares?
These guys already cut weight. They already showed us they could do it. Just get it. I would do it at a catch weight.
That's what it's going to be.
Catch weight, let them fight again. And I think it goes the same way. I think Brian Battle beats the shit out of that guy.
I think so too.
Because where was that energy the whole fight, bro?
Yeah, I fucking kill you. What are you talking about? You didn't say any of that. Who? You were doing nothing.
A fucking fly? Bro, come on, man. And I went with you, dog. You disappointed me.
Yes, you did.
Fucking tapped out. Man.
So he gonna pull for in the next fight?
Brian Battle. Brian Battle, 100%. I hope they're in that back.
Yeah, I do.
Bisbee, shout out for you to keeping your composure in the octagon too, by the way. Because, man, when those F-bombs were dropping,
gotta pull the mic away. Take it away.
Pull the mic
Go
away.
Like this.
Get the mic out of his ear, my dude Bisbee. Well done, dude. Shout out to you.
Yes.
Props.
Yes, we like Bisbee over here, by the way. If you guys don't know.
And then the main event. The main event. Ooh, Tai Tuivasa against Marcin Tybura. Ended in round 1 submission. It started off well, I thought, for Ty, because I thought Ty was just gonna. All right, what we saw, I said, okay, he's just gonna go in there and throw hands.
Let's get after it.
Love it. I love him, my boy
if
Ty.
I'm getting knocked out, over you're not getting knocked out. One of the two.
And then it didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Well, the entire fight didn't go the way we wanted it to really go.
Damn, bro.
All right.
So yeah, it didn't go well for my boy. Yeah. But here's the thing. I think Ty is in a fine place. One, he has the fans. And I don't think he'll ever lose the fans. I think he's always going to be a fan favorite.
Oh, for sure.
I know we had looked at the rankings earlier, and we both feel like Jairzinho's probably the best way for him to go.
Right.
And Jairzinho coming off a win, Ty is still up there. I mean,
he's 9, and Tybura's 10.
Yeah, they're just probably going to flip spots. They flip spots. Jairzinho's right underneath him.
He's 11, right? Makes sense.
Makes sense. The only thing that the UFC could do is just say, okay, maybe Jairzinho has to fight what's his face, Tybura,
because he just won,
just so they could get maybe a little bit more movement.
Right, and maybe move up a little bit. But then again, it'd be 11 for a 9, and so it's we'll see.
Who knows? The heavyweight division's so it's in a weird place right now.
I got a question about Ty for you. Ty, 2 fights ago, changed camps, and then his last fight before this one, he went back to his original camp. 2 fights ago, he won. His last 2 fights, he's lost. Do you feel that has anything to do with the camp changes?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe depending on what coaches are telling them, and depending on how they're going through these camps, right? Because one thing that I think we all could see is he struggles when it gets down to the ground.
Yeah.
So I would just hope, and I'm not a coach, and I'll never will be in this sport, but I would just hope that his coaches see that weakness and they try and fine tune it. And shame on them if they haven't, because
it's true.
Ty is a very good fighter. We've seen it with his hands. We've seen what he's done to Derek Lewis of all people.
Right.
And that's the Black Beast.
Yeah.
Right. So, and unfortunately for Ty, he's fought. I think they pushed him so quick. Not pushed him, but he was doing well so quick, so early.
And the fans love him, so they want to keep him in the limelight and everything.
He was getting the heavy fucking hitters. And now, you're not only getting the heavy hitters, you're getting that upper top 5. Those guys are fucking different than the top 10.
They are.
Those top 5 are fucking different. Yeah. So when he started hitting those guys, I mean, look at the Cyril Gane fight. Good fight. What he showed us, he has heart. He showed us, Cyril fucking pieced them up.
He did.
Right? You look at who's it? Pavlovich, right? Pavlovich is another one.
Sergey.
Look how that one went. So it's just when he fights these guys who are up there challenging for the belt, it becomes a problem for him.
It does.
So I just hope that his coaches look back, they see this is as a weakness, this is ground game, and they work with him on it. Because Ty, by all means, he's young. He just turned 30, I think, or 31.
Yeah, he's got a couple more years within the UFC, for sure.
So I want to say he has time. He has time. Maybe he's not going to fine-tune it and all of a sudden become Khabib, right, at the ground game. But at least he could get a little bit more knowledgeable in that field.
He almost just needs to be in the gym just doing jiu-jitsu every day. Jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
Yeah.
He needs to
and still throw those hands.
Yeah,
Still throw those hands.
He wants to throw his hands, but he'll be able to stop takedowns. He'll be able to sweep and do other things and be able to get out of certain positions, and elbows. Yeah, he'll start working on those and just be even a more rounded fighter when it comes to certain fights like this one. Marcin was getting beat up. He got that elbow against his head. He got cracked on his head. He was bleeding. And Marcin's like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm going to take you down to the ground and I'm going to beat you at the spot that I know that I'm better than you at.
Just thinking about it, it would be really cool if Ty was able to add to his game some clinch work.
Some clinch work and maybe even a bunch of kicks too.
Muay Thai clinch work though. Where he's able to get him in and just because then he could kind of give them those short little pops in there, right? Separate elbow, separate jab, and then bring him back in. Knees.
That'd be good.
Knees to the body, knees to the head. Ty's a big guy. I mean, maybe something to look at.
I think he should leave camp again and do what he did 2 fights ago. I don't know where he went, but he needed to go because he needs to be away from all of his people that influence him in having fun throughout the time, right? Because he looked a little heavier in the waist on this one. I don't know if you noticed, but he looked a little bit thicker right through that little belly area. And I think on one of the cards he came in at like 250 something. And this one he came at 265.
Well, I mean, doing shoeies put on weight, bro. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
He likes to eat.
Hopefully he can figure it out. I would say they probably give him maybe like 3 more fights to figure it out.
Okay.
Right? All right. I mean, if Tony Ferguson is still around on 6-fight loss, they can't really give it to my boy Ty just yet.
That's true.
Just saying. Just saying. All right. So that's going to wrap up that first fight now that we talked about. Right. Now, before we get into the second fight night, Cariss, I know you're chopping at the bit to get this off your chest.
Yes, I am.
A lot of news taking place. And first off, I think there's a boxing event with a couple of fighters. Who are they?
There's a boxing event coming up with a couple of fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz? Is that what you're talking about?
Got it.
Jorge Gamebred Masvidal versus Nate Diaz on June 1st is going to be a boxing match on June 1st.
Do you know where that is?
I think I said it was Inglewood.
It is in Inglewood. It's in Inglewood. Make sure you guys, if you're able to go check it out. Now listen, Look,
Is that something you're interested in going to?
if I'm able to go, I would love to go to it. And hear me out.
Okay.
I think we have to come together as a community and support each one of these MMA fighters.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. This fight probably would not be taking place if the UFC were able to give these guys sufficient funds to support themselves. I'm just saying. Just saying. We hear all about all these contract arguments. Now, look, this is not a boxer. This is not an influencer against an MMA guy.
No.
This is two MMA guys.
Two UFC guys.
Going,
I'm going to say that.
Two UFC guys, two UFC MMA guys going at it in a boxing event. And I think MMA community, we should support these two guys because we don't know where they're at financially. We know what they've done for us inside the octagon, though. And for both of these men, they've given us some shows. Yeah. Some great shows. And I'm coming to back for Nate Diaz a little bit here because he showed a lot of support for Conor recently, especially with Conor going through his contract issues with the UFC right now. Mm-hmm. And I really want them to do well. So I will be purchasing this fight to support the both of them.
Good,
if I'm not able to go, I'm purchasing.
Here's the other thing. I don't know who else is on the card. They haven't announced anybody else. I hope they're putting like at least one more on there that you're like, oh, yeah, this is for sure something that most people want to buy.
Is it through Game Bread?
I don't think so because if it was through Game Bread, it would be bare knuckle type style. Unless they're just doing it unless they're doing it through Game Bread and they're just doing it as a boxing match.
Yeah, unless both of them just don't want to do the bare knuckle.
Right. Because they're going to get cut up and bloody and whatnot. But
who knows?
Yeah.
Who fucking knows? But it's still sick, though. That's still sick that they're able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. So, Jorge, Nate, best of luck in your camps. Fucking put on a great show, please.
They should almost do boxing and then turn around and do MMA. Why not? Get a double.
I'm good.
You okay? All right.
I mean, we already saw what happened when they fought the first time.
That's true.
Jorge pieced that man up. So, if anything, belt. If anything, what I would love to see happen is maybe the winner gets Conor. Conor coming out the UFC and be like, all right, fuck it. Like, Nate, this is our three.
That'd be good one for Nate. I'd be good with it with Nate. Maybe not Jorge just because, but yes, Jorge just because of his name.
Conor against Jorge boxing? Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm in. I'm in on that.
12 ounce?
Fuck that, 4 ounce.
It's not bare knuckle. It's not bare knuckle. It's 4 ounces.
4 ounce. Baby.
I say 10 just so they can actually crack each other.
If it's 4 ounces, Masvidal goes to sleep against Conor.
He does.
Easy. It's gonna be like Usman. Sleeping. Shout out to the homie Fred. Now, that's the first announcement. We have another announcement. This one's going to take place at UFC 301. What we got?
UFC 301. We had two announcements. We had Pantoja versus Ursay in the 125-pound strawweight division for the strap at UFC 301. And that is going to be the main event on the card, at least for right now. That's what we looked up. We didn't see anybody else.
Not yet.
I'm
sure you're going to announce some more fights.
Yeah, there's probably something. And we had one more, and I was happy to see this because I didn't think I was going to be able to see Jose Aldo versus Jonathan Martinez at UFC 301. So Jose is going to get a fight in Brazil, which I'm happy about because I didn't think that it was going to happen because I was like, wait, UFC 301 Brazil. Jose, come on, and here it is. So I'm happy to see this one.
Is this a retirement fight?
Yes. Yeah. Why? Because they're giving him a softball. They're giving him a lob and saying, "Here you go, bro.
Well,
here you go.
I mean,
here you go."
Man,
what do you think? Is that a yes? Am I the only one saying it?
I think it is, but I'm okay with it because what better place would I want to see Aldo fight other than Brazil? Right. For the last time, 301, right after 300. Mm-hmm. And I hope he gets an amazing send-off.
I think so. I hope he does.
And this is me going through the whole Conor, I want Aldo to get an amazing send-off because he is a true pioneer of the fucking sport, man.
Yeah.
True pioneer. Yeah. So shout out to that guy. I hope he has an amazing camp and he's able to perform to the best of his abilities come 301.
Yeah. You're the man. And we got another fight that got announced.
Oh, hit me.
We did, which is going to be April 6th because we had, forget who dropped out, but it doesn't matter. There you go. I had a feeling you knew. We have Brendan Allen versus Curtis Action Man Jackson.
That should be a fun one.
Be All In Allen is going to win that fight. He was one of the guys that I met. I got his autograph and everything at the UFC International Fight Week. So B. Allen should be able to get that one, unless you're going to think that Curtis is going to be able to take it.
Well, I'm happy that it got announced early, so Brendan can change his camp. because that's two different fighters, bro. That's two different fighters.
Curtis.
Right.
Yeah.
So my only thing that worries me is going to be the striking with Curtis? for Allen.
Yeah,
because Curtis, I mean, obviously we know he trains with Sean Strickland. They spar 24/7.
Yep.
They don't want to invite me in the sparring maybe one day.
Extreme
but
couture.
yeah, I think that could pose a problem for Brendan because he's just so used to being somebody throwing punches at his face, right?
But he's going to take it to the ground. But
I would hope.
He's taking this to the ground and he's going to submit Curtis on the ground, and that's what's going to happen.
We would hope.
Yeah, and he's going to do it in his purple shorts too, because you got granted that he gets purple shorts.
I'm going to hold off on giving you an answer.
Why? Hold off. I got to wait like 3 weeks then to get your answer.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah. I need to see how Curtis prepares for this camp. So.
Oh, okay.
And if he's teaming up with Strickland, then I might go.
He's always teaming up with Strickland. So you might go, well, how about you go him and I just go B. Allen?
Because I like B. Allen. I like B. Allen.
Same here. He is good. He is good.
But I just I want to perv on Chris Curtis's Instagram first to see the exact training regimen that he's putting in.
Okay.
So I can make an educated guess so I can start winning these fucking fight nights on the Apex, bro. I can't be losing like this.
Oh, I know. It hurts, dude. It does not feel good.
No,
it doesn't feel good to wait, our guy that's supposed to win just lost. Oh, jeez.
Now, there is one thing that I want to say we forgot to announce on the last episode. And shame on me because this is one of my favorite fighters and she just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yes, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Shout out to you. Yes. I am so happy for you. You had an amazing career in the UFC, one that made me fall in love in the way that you fight, the way that you fucking tormented your opposition. But hey, I'm a big fan. So
right in her face, just right there.
We got the opportunity to meet you.
Yeah.
And have that experience in that moment with you. Mm-hmm. So, man, Joanna, shout out. Thank you for everything you've done for the UFC.
And she winked at you, bro. And she winked.
Yeah, she did. That probably made my fucking day.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little disappointed that we forgot about that one last week. I had that shit written down and everything, and I was waiting for you to do it, and all of a sudden we just skipped by, and I was like,
I think I got so caught up in all the shit that was going on, but at least
the fact we were losing.
We got it out. Give her a little shout out, and again, we appreciate you.
Always.
Hopefully, we get another photo.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and she keeps liking our Instagram posts. She keeps liking them. Same with Amanda.
Amanda Ribas.
Yes.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. All right. So now we're going to dive into the second fight night that's going to take place this weekend at the UFC APEX. Now, we're going to start off in the prelims. I'm going to go through fight by fight, as you guys already know, and then we're going to pick from a hat for you guys, for Cariss, and for myself. Stick to those fighters. If you do, please bet on those fighters as well. Mm-hmm. So, starting us off, we have Muhammad Usman against Nick Parkin in the heavyweight division.
Hey.
After that, we have in the flyweight division, Igor Da Silva against Andre Lima. In the women's bantamweights, we have Montserrat Rendon against Diarrhea.
What?
Daria?
Did you say diarrhea?
Daria Zelenskova. I apologize.
That was one of the worst ones.
Sorry.
I'm going to write that one down. Diarrhea.
Oh,
all right.
All righty. She's going to come from my throat.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yarno Aarons against Steven Nugan.
I hope you pull her name, too.
And that's going to be in the men's featherweight division. I probably will, knowing my luck. In the men's bantamweight division, we have Miles Johns against Cody Gibson. Ooh, not bad. Mm-hmm. Not bad there. Mm-hmm. Men's featherweight division, we have Ricardo Ramos against Julian Erosa.
That's going to be a good one.
Good one.
That's gonna be a good one.
And I think this one's going to be a knockout very early on. Yep. It's going to be Kurt Halabat against Trey Ogden. Do you remember Kurt?
Yeah, I sure do, from the Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
The Ultimate Fighter. He is a scary looking dude. So here we go. Pulling off out of the hat first. Cariss, let's pull for the fans first. Let's give them first.
You want it or me?
Okay, I'll do it.
You got it?
I'll do it for the fans.
Pull them a winner and we pull ourselves losers? Is that what's happening lately?
Wow. I got you guys a good one. The fans, you guys have Kurt Halabat.
Hey, good
Not
pick.
a bad one.
Good
Not
pick.
a bad one.
Can't look.
I hope you get Daria.
Diarrhea? No, I got Kova? Wait, is that Diarrhea Kova?
Oh, you definitely got Daria.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, remember that Diarrhea.
Love it.
There
love
we
it,
go.
Love it. And the one, the only Cameron is going to get, I think that says Aaron's.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yes, it
so
does.
I got Aaron's going against Stephen Nguyen. Okay.
Stephen can win.
Hopefully, Nguyen.
Yeah, you win.
Well, my bad on that. Butchering people's names today.
I know.
Well,
It's all right.
hopefully all three of us got some winners, and thank God we are not going against each other.
Hollaball. That's a good one. I wish I had that one.
So now taking place on the main card. The first fight we have Fernando Padilla against Luis Pajuelo.
Pajuelo? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. All righty. So we have stats for Fernando Padilla, but Luis Pajuelo is his UFC debut. So he's 20 years old. His UFC debut. He's got 1 win and 0 losses. From Mexico, Fernando El Valiente Padilla is 26 years old, stands at 6'1", and his fighting style is MMA. El Valiente has a professional record of 15 victories with 5 defeats. He's got 4 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, and 10 first-round finishes. He has 2 UFC fights, 1 victory and 1 defeat. He's coming off of a loss decision to Kyle Nelson back in September of 2023. Some fun facts is he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt from 10th Planet. Shout out 10th Planet.
Hey.
And he's in his first semester of law school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interesting. Which I think is actually a really good idea for him because when you're done with your UFC career, then you have your law degree, then you become a manager of some of the fighters within the UFC, and then therefore you're still within the UFC. So I think that's great for him. I think that's a good one. And I am going with Padilla on this one because I don't know who the hell that other guy is, so I'm just pulling with Padilla.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go with Luis.
So one of us wins on this one. All righty. Go ahead.
After that, we have Billy Quarantillo against Youssef Zalal
from USA in the featherweight division of 145 pounds from USA. Billy Quarantillo is the favorite in this fight at -218. He is 34 years old, stands at 5'10", and his fighting style is MMA. Billy has a professional record of 18 victories with 5 defeats. He's got 8 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission, and 3 first-round finishes. Billy Q has 9 UFC fights, 6 victories with 3 defeats. He's coming off of a decision winner over Damon Jackson back in August of 2023. Some fun facts about Billy Q is he's got Dana White's Contender Series Season 3, where he was a winner back in July of 2019. He also came off a tough 22, which he lost his second fight when he was on Team Faber. And he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Well done, Billy Q. From Morocco, Youssef, Moroccan Devil. Zalal is the underdog of this fight at +180. He's 27 years old, stands at 5'10", and his fighting style is freestyle. Zalal has a professional record of 10 victories with 5 defeats and 1 draw. He's got 2 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission, and 2 first-round finishes. He has 7 UFC fights, 3 victories with 3 defeats and 1 draw. He's currently coming off of that draw right now. Got some fun facts. He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, and he started training at the age of 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm starting to throw those numbers out here because these guys are just starting younger and younger and younger, and that's that new wave of kids that are going to be coming in and being able to beat people. I am pulling for, and I think that Billy Q is going to win this fight.
I second that motion.
Okay.
I second that.
Do you like the nickname Billy Q? Does that work for you? Or do you got something better?
When it comes to like Billy, I'm a sucker for like Billy the Kid.
That's a good one. Actually, okay.
I'm a sucker.
Billy the Kid. Okay, we'll change it to Billy the Kid if he wins this fight.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how
we'll leave it at Billy Q if he loses.
We'll see how he wins.
Okay.
How he wins first. Now, this is going to be Cam's pick for a fight of the night on the main card.
I agree with this one.
Now, this one, I'm going to say it now ahead of time. It's very hard for me to pick because I really like both of these guys. One of them has my name. The other one, I've been following him, and I told you guys about him when I saw him on the Contender Series.
Yep.
So I'm getting pulled in 2 different directions. Let me do the intros.
You have to flip a coin on this one?
Maybe. So introducing first, going to go with my boy, Payton Talbott. He's going to be fighting against my other boy, Cameron Saaiman. Please, Cariss.
And you like Cameron Simon's nickname, too. That's a good one. In the Bantamweight division of 135 pounds from USA, Payton Talbott is -115. This is actually kind of a pick'em because Cameron Saaiman is -105.
Told you, it's a good one.
So this is going to be up in the air, guys. It's going to be a good one. Payton Talbott is 25 years old, stands at 5'10", and his fighting style is freestyle. He's got a professional record of 7 victories with 0 defeats, meaning he is undefeated. He's got 5 wins by KO, 1 win by a submission, Payton has one UFC fight winner, submission, rear naked choke, round number 3 over Nick Aguirre back in November of 2023. Some fun facts. He's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 7, where he was a winner back in June of 2023. And he's got a bachelor's degree in psychology, which he got back in 2022. From South Africa, Cameron MSP Saaiman is negative 105. He is 22 years old, stands at 5'8", and his fighting style is MMA. MSP has a professional record of 9 victories with 1 defeat. He's got 6 wins by KO, 6 by submission, and 3 first-round finishes. MSP has 4 UFC fights, 3 victories with 1 defeat. He's currently coming off of a loss to Christian Rodriguez back in October of 2023. Some fun facts. He's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 6, where he was a winner back in August of 2022. MSP means Most Savage Player. That's pretty cool. He's got a South Africa K1 kickboxing champion of the world, and he's been training since the age of 12 years old. I'm going to let you pick on this one first. Go ahead. Setting you up.
With the first pick. In
the MMA game draft.
The MMA game draft. Hey, we should actually do that. I'm actually going to go with Payton Talbott.
Hey, same here. Thank you. I'm glad you went with that because I'm going Payton Talbott.
Yeah, I think Payton does undefeated. Get it done, but again, it's hard for me. It's hard. This one's hard.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron Saaiman wins this fight. That's what I'm going to say. Don't be surprised if it goes back and forth.
Either way.
Whoever kind of connects and puts somebody down or gets on the ground and is able to do some type of submission. Do you see this being a finish, or do you see this going all 3 rounds? Personally,
I want it to go all 3 rounds, but it does have the ability to end early. And if it does, Payton will end it early. Payton will end it early. And do not be surprised if it ends by submission. Don't be surprised, because his ground game is really, really clever. Really clever. After that, we have the return of Edmen Shebazyan against AJ Dobson.
In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from USA, Edmen, the golden boy Shebazyan, is the favorite in this fight at negative 185. He's 25 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is MMA, and he fights out of Extreme Couture. Yes, we might be able to see him one day when we're there. Ed has a professional record of 12 victories with 4 defeats, 4 wins by KO, 1 win by submission, and 3 first-round finishes. Ed has 9 UFC fights, 5 victories with 4 defeats. He's currently coming off of a TKO loss, 3rd round to Anthony Fluffy Hernandez back in May of 2023. We like Fluffy Hernandez over here, guys.
Yes, we do.
Fun facts, he's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 2, where he's a winner back in July of 2018. He was an amateur boxer back in the day, so he does have some boxing skills. He's also a black belt in Shotokan Karate.
Oh, wow.
From USA, AJ Dobson is the underdog of this fight at plus 154. He's 31 years old, stands at 6'1", and his fighting style is freestyle. AJ has a professional record of 7 victories with 2 defeats, 3 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 5 first-round finishes. AJ has 3 UFC fights, 1 victory with 2 defeats. He's currently coming off of a win over Tafa. I don't even know how to say his name. Nick Chapa. Yeah, that's what it is. Back in August of 2023. Some fun facts. He's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 5, where he was a winner back in September of 2021. He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. His hero in life is his mom, and he's got a number of previous jobs. This is an interesting one. Started off in lawn care. He was a busboy, administrative assistant, hot tub delivery and installment, freelance mover, and he worked at the Sky Zone, where he was an assistant manager, and then literally it says etc. After that one.
Probably just did everything.
Yeah, he did everything. I am going with the golden boy, Edmen Shebazyan.
Yeah, I do too, because I think it's about time he got a fucking win. Bro.
Yes.
And he's so young, 26 years old, man.
Yeah.
So
25. Did it say 26 on there?
Yeah.
I got 25.
Maybe he missed his birthday.
Maybe I wrote it down. Or maybe he had a birthday within the time that I wrote it down.
But getting back to Edmen, he came in so hot, bro. He came in so hot, and they gave him dogs. So hopefully,
they said beat these guys.
Hopefully he could fucking figure it out and get back up where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully. In the co-main event, we have Justin Tafa against Karl Williams.
Wow.
Somebody's getting knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. In the heavyweight division of 265 pounds from New Zealand, Justin Badman Tafa is the underdog of this fight at plus 164. He is 30 years old, stands at 6 foot tall, and his fighting style is a striker. Tafa has a professional record of 7 victories with 3 defeats. He's got 7 wins by KO, 5 wins in the first round. Tafa has 7 UFC fights, 3 defeats with 4 wins, and he's coming off of a KO winner, round number 1 over Austin Lane back in September of 2023. Some fun facts: he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, so you might actually be able to beat him. His nickname was given to him by his followers, always reacting with, "You're a bad man." Interesting on that one. From USA, Karl Williams is the favorite in this fight at negative 198. He is 33 years old, stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is MMA. He's got a professional record of 9 victories with 1 defeat, 3 wins by KO, 3 first-round finishes. He's currently on a 6-fight winning streak.
Oh, man.
Karl has 2 UFC fights, obviously 2 victories, coming off of a decision win over Chase Sherman back in May of 2023. Some fun facts: he's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 6, where he was a winner back in September of 2022. He was 4th in state high school wrestling, so he does have a wrestling background, or wrestling base. He also played high school football and ran track. He had a previous job, he was an owner and operator of a truck driver.
Oh, wow.
So based on these stats and based on everything that's going on,
Karl Williams.
I'm going with Karl Williams.
Karl Williams, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because you never know with Tafa, his brother might have to come in and step up
and lose.
Just saying. And then the main event. This is a good one. Amanda Ribas against Rose Namajunas.
In the flyweight division of 125 pounds from Brazil, UFC's number 8 ranked flyweight in the world, Amanda "My Love" Ribas, is the underdog in this fight at plus 145. She's 30 years old, stands at 5'4", and his fighting style is judo. Amanda has a professional record of 13 victories with 4 defeats. She's got 4 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, and 4 first-round finishes. Amanda has 10 UFC fights, 7 victories with 3 defeats. She's currently coming off of a TKO win, strikes, 3rd round over Lurana Pinheiro. What are you doing there, bro? Back in November of 2023. Some fun facts is she has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a Judo black belt, along with numerous world and national championships in Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. And her hero in life is her mom and her dad.
Love that.
From USA, UFC veteran and former strawweight champion of the world, Thug Rose Namajunas is the favorite in this fight at negative 175. She's 31 years old, stands at 5'5", and her fighting style is MMA. Thug's professional record is 12 victories with 6 defeats, 2 wins by KO, 6 wins by submission, and 5 first-round finishes. Thug has a UFC record of 9 victories with 5 defeats. She's currently coming off of a decision loss to Manuel Fiore back in September of 2023. She's got a couple honorable mentions. Thug Rose has fought Carla Esparza, Angela Hill, Paige Van Zant, haven't heard that in a while, Tisha Torres, the Karate Hottie, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, which she beat, Jessica Andrade, Zhang Wei Li. Yeah, some fun facts. She's coming off of Tough 20, where she was on Team Melendez. She lost in the finals for the UFC strawweight title back in December of 2014 to Carla Esparza by a submission rear naked choke, round number 3. She also has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. She's got a black belt in Taekwondo and Judo. And she's been doing martial arts since 5 years old. And her previous job is she worked at Gillies Frozen Custard in high school. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm going to be going with my love, Amanda Ribas. But I might throw a little curveball at you on this one.
Oh, really?
Bit. I might.
Because there's no curveballs here. I'm going with the underdog. Amanda Ribas is going to get the job done.
Really?
100%, bro. Did you not see Rose's last fight?
I sure did see Rose.
You really think she's going to come back and beat Ribas? Absolutely not. Give me Amanda.
I was trying to set it up that you thought that I was going to go for Thug Rose, but no, I'm going with my love, Amanda Ribas. Like, why would I go against it? Why would I go?
We're doing a better job of not betting with our heart.
Yeah, we are. We are. Now, the one thing that potentially could happen on this is we know, at least I believe, that Thug Rose has a little bit better hands than Amanda Ribas. A little bit cleaner, a little bit straighter. So if anything is going to happen, that potentially Rose might be able to catch her with something kind of like she did with Zhang Wei Li, kind of like she did with Joanna. We don't know, but that's potential is going to happen. But most likely, Amanda's going to be able to take this
I love
over.
that you said that, because this is how we find out if Amanda has learned her lesson. She fought Macy Barber.
Yeah, she did.
Remember what happened in that fight?
Her ass
pieced up, right? So if she's done her homework and she knows that Rose has good fucking hands and she's able to establish that early on, take her ass to the ground. Take her to the ground. We've seen that's where Rose struggles majority of the time. Whether she's getting slammed on her head or she's just getting outworked on the ground.
Yeah.
That's somewhere where Rose has a weakness, unfortunately.
And
but
that's Amanda's.
Maybe they fixed it. We don't know. But if you're going to bet, I bet for Ribas.
Same here. That's why we're going with her. So that's where we're at.
Love it. So hey, that main event though, guys, that's going to be spicy. That is going to be a spicy. Excuse me, almost coughed. Spicy one. Now, before we leave, before we close, we do have something else to announce. It is going to be, we are going to go on a little break. Well, I'm going to Spain. I'm going to be coaching some soccer games in Spain.
Oh, darn.
Shout out to the 09 Rebels boys. Shout out to the 07 Rebels boys. So we're going to be out there doing our thing on the soccer field. Excited. Can't wait. Going to be checking out Real Madrid.
Dude, stoked for you, bro.
That's a bucket list. If you're a soccer fan, that's something that you have to go check out.
Yeah.
I'm going to also be spend some time in Barcelona, so I get to see Més que un club, right? Get to see La Masia at its finest. So excited. Okay. So we're going to be taking a little break. But when we get back, guys,
UFC 300
for 300.
Woo!
So when we get back, I think it's a good little break. We come back, it's straight into 300, straight into getting ready for what is coming next. Because 300, boy oh boy, we already know the return of Jamal Hill, and he's going for the strap against the Brazilian Terminator, Alex Pereira. Can't wait.
Now, don't get us wrong. We don't want to take this break, guys. We want to be able to do this for the next 2 weeks, but based on the time factor of him being in Spain and me being here, and it's just going to be a little too difficult with everything. So we're just going to make our lives easy and just take a break for 2 weeks. Plus, it's spring break too, right?
Spring break. Cariss has got to go down to Senor Frogs in Ensenada. Maybe he'll give us some videos of his footage that he's going to take down there.
Maybe.
We will see.
Not from Hong Kong, though.
No. Hong Kong. I didn't know they had Chinese food in Mexico. Anyways, with that being said, the MMA game is out.
See you in Vegas. Woo!
I was hoping you'd say, see you at Senior Frogs.
See you in Hong Kong.
If you would have said that, oh boy.